Hello, Just Too Good here with a very unique review because today I'm reviewing a Hero Factory set. And you guys know I've never really done construction reviews before because honestly, since 2002 I think, or 2003 around that time, I haven't brought in a construction set. But then in the beginning of this year I got two Hero Factory sets that I didn't review and I actually really liked them. So I decided to buy some more for this summer wave. So this is the first online review of the summer wave. I don't have any more at the moment, but I might buy some more soon. But this is set number 44023. It's called ROCKA Crawler. It has 49 pieces, one minifigure, and it retails for $10 in the United States. And this is a summer wave set. So you can't really find it in stores at the moment, but if you go to your Lego store, you'll be able to find it. So without further ado, let's take a look at the packaging. Here's the packaging for this set. It's a bag packaging, and I'm so used to the Bionicle canisters. That was a little bit like, oh, why are they doing this? But I understand why. It's actually pretty cool because it's resealable. You can put your pieces in there. I guess it keeps the cost of making this set down. So I like how they're doing this. I know they've been doing this for a couple of years for Hero Factory already. That's actually really cool. And you do get this one instruction booklet right here. And it has lots of content in it. You get like that advertisement right there, this advertisement right here. Then you get this one right here, which is some combination models, I believe. Then you get another one right here. And then you get like two comics. There's one right there, and then there's one on the front too. So that's really cool. You get a lot in this one instruction booklet. And now let's take a look at the minifigure. So here is ROCKA, and he's the only minifigure in this set, but he's really well done. He has this nice gold look to him, which is kind of like a pearl gold coloring. And you can see the back, he has this little peg right here to stick him into the mech. And he's made up of some really cool pieces that you won't find in any other themes in terms of minifigures. You have this nice little helmet right here in gold, which isn't exclusive to this set because the same other set with ROCKA comes with the same exact pieces and whatnot, so this isn't like an exclusive variation. But he also comes with that lime green blank print or no printing head. You also get this little armor right here, which is actually really cool. I wish I could take off the head. There you go, the head's off. And you can see how his body's made. He has these two separate pieces right here and these legs right here, which are really, really cool. Then he has a skeleton mold right there in black. So a really well done minifigure. And also I forgot to point out that he also has this 1x1 tile stud, as I call them, which makes no sense whatsoever, in the middle, which is on the stud in the middle of the armor piece. And that has a little printing right there that has the H for Hero Factory. So now let's take a look at the set itself. So first up, we're going to start with the jumper and the breeding nest, and we'll start out with a look at the jumper. Now these are basically scattered all across the Hero Factory Invasion of Below sets, so they come in different colors, but none of these parts are exclusive to this set. It's made out of 3 parts. You got this little helm right here, as I call it, and basically you just take that off because it's clipped onto this pin right there, and the pin you could take out, and you get kind of the bottom rubbery part of the jumper. You can see how that's made right there. Really cool molding, but it's kind of a rubbery material. So you put the pin back on, then you put this plastic piece in blue on there, and there you go. That's the jumper altogether. And the main play feature of them is that you push down on the back, and they will jump really high up. And that jumps like all the way to the top of my light box. And then the next part of the set is this little plant right here. Well, it looks like a plant, but really it's a breeding nest for the jumpers. And it's made out of 4 pieces. You got 3 of these sides right here, and then you got that little tri part that's kind of a Technic pin holder. And this actually came out in 2012, I believe, with the Vampire's Castle, if my memory serves right. And what you could do is you basically could flap these open by pulling the flap on the bottom and make them hold down like that, but they always flap right back up. So it's a really cool rubbery piece. Doesn't look too much like Lego bricks, but I don't blame them because it's really well detailed and it has that rubbery material that it's made out of. And how it's made is basically there's 3 of these sides, and you can take off each of the sides just by pulling it from the pin in the middle. So you can see how that's made right there, and you get 3 of the same piece. Really cool, especially considering that this piece right here, this is the cheapest way to get a complete one of these little breeding nests. So that's nice. And now let's go on to the actual mech itself. So here is ROCKA's Crawler. I don't know why it's called a crawler if he's not crawling, because it's obviously upright. But it is a pretty well done mech for $10. I don't have too much complaints on it, and of course I'm not too well with Hero Factory. But let's just take a look at the mini mech altogether. You got lots of points of articulation. You got some on the shoulders right there. and you got some actually connecting to the weapon arms. So you got 2 points of articulation on that whole area. This one kind of moves around the whole thing, and then this one only moves the weapon part. And also on its legs, you got some, I guess where you would say it's the knees, and that moves around the whole leg area. Then down here, you got one right where the feet are at. So you could kind of move it around a little bit. You can't move around as articulate as some of the other points, but that's okay, because I don't really see why you would move the legs too much. I mean, they basically move in many directions already. And looking at the seat, you can see the seat is a little bit odd, or I guess foreign for people who don't really follow Hero Factory or whatnot. You would think that, how would it fit a minifigure? Well, since the minifigures from the Hero Factory Invasion of Below line have these little pins on the back, all you have to do is put the pin into the receiver right there. That's how a baby's made, and then you just kind of put it like that, and they fit in really well. He could kind of control it because he has these little forks right here, as I call them, which move up and down, and those are connected onto the seat right there because there's this little hinge area. So that's really cool. Looking at the back of the mech, you don't got much detail, but you don't really need too much detail on the back. And then on the top, there is this nice printed piece right there, which is where this little stud shooter is actually held. You just put it into the pin right there, and basically how you work the stud shooter is it's the same one that appeared basically at the beginning of this year. You push down the top, and the stud shoots out like that. Really simple mechanism, but it still works quite well, and it adds as a play feature. Little complaints I have with this, it's a little bit bland. Obviously, they can't really correct that because it is a $10 set, so very minor complaint. Also, I don't really like how both arms are weapons. I would like if one was a weapon and then one had actual, other little hinges right here, so it can act a little bit more like something that could hold something, like a hand or whatnot. But that's a very minor complaint. It's nothing too big. And yeah, that's really it for this mech. Pretty well done. I like it. And now let's take a look at the final verdict. Alright, it's hard for me to kind of, rate this because I'm not educated on construction in general. Haven't gotten a construction set since 2003, besides the 3 I got this year. But overall, I have to say I am satisfied with this product. For a $10 set, I think it is my favorite $10 Hero Factory set. Because I do own 2 of them. Because it's this one and I own one of the ones from earlier this year, and I wasn't really satisfied with that. But this one I think I'm satisfied with because the mech itself is actually pretty well done for a $10 mech. I like how it came out. It has some nice gold to it. It's not too big, so it doesn't. I don't feel like, oh, this is too little for the price, because this is basically a satisfying size for a $10 set. I like the printed piece on the top too, even though that's not exclusive, and I like the gold coloring. It stands up perfectly. It doesn't have any clutches or anything like that, like a hand or whatever, which can be a little bit annoying because it is wielding 2 weapons. But I'm fine with that. And I do love the ROCKA minifigure. I think the ROCKA minifigure is really well done, and I love this little breeding nest right here. I think the breeding nest is my favorite part. And to get ROCKA, this is the cheapest way. And to get a full breeding nest with these 3 pieces right here, 3 copies of this one piece, you have to get this set if you want to get just the cheapest way to get it. Because there's another $10 set from this wave that has just, I think, 1 or 2 of these little sides, so you can't really make a complete one. But I think in that aspect, this set really is well done. So it's kind of a cheaper alternative if you want to get kind of a taste of Hero Factory. That's what I kind of like about this whole Invasion from Below theme, because a lot of them are cheap, and you get kind of a taste of Hero Factory if you're a minifigure fan like me, who, you like, I guess, the traditional building block sets with studs and whatnot. But I'm really starting to warm up with this, I think, because I get to try these and still warrant, oh, if I don't like it, I'll still like the minifigure and whatnot. So in that aspect, I will have to give this set a B+. I think it's a great $10 set, better than some of the other ones out there, because it has a nice solid mech. You get these cool, cheaper alternatives, like you get ROCKA and this little plant right here for the cheapest ways. But the actual mech itself isn't the most exciting one out there, so I guess that's kind of a flaw. Also, the actual, there's no exclusive prints or molds or whatnot, which is kind of a flaw too. So you could kind of make this from your own pieces if you get all the Hero Factory sets from this year or whatnot. But I am very satisfied with it. So it's a B+ from me. Hope you guys enjoyed this review. And if you like construction, please tell me how I did, because I'm very new to this whole theme, as a whole. And I will keep you guys updated when the live stream's coming, and I will see you all later. Bye.